This morning for you on Daybreak, we'll tell you how certain colleges are moving to virtual visits for orientation.
Also, we hear the story of a Lebanon man who made a major impact on the local aviation community. We'll have both those stories and much more this morning on Daybreak. Good morning and thanks for starting off a new week with us. It's Monday, May 18th. I'm Lauren Barnes.
And I'm Joe Moreno as we kick off a new week and hopefully seeing a little bit more of the sun this time around, Lauren.
It has been quite rainy lately, but I mean, at least Rafa, that's pretty normal in May, right? That's kind of the end of the spring or not so much?
Yeah, we could have some of those wet rounds in spring, active weather, but we are running almost 2 inches above average already for the month.
Ooh, okay, so we don't need any more rain today.
No. We'll have some clouds and a few sprinkles possible today, but most of us will stay dry. We've got some clouds coming up this morning. It's 52 degrees in Springfield with some west winds at 7 miles per hour. We've got a few clouds out there this morning. The roads are dry. You'll have some smooth sailing as you head to work. Temperatures about 10 to 15 degrees cooler now than it was this time yesterday. Starting out at 54 degrees in West Plains, 50 in Monette, and 54 degrees in Camdenton. So we'll have mostly dry roads out there today. Again, a few sprinkles possible, but it will not impact the roads for you. If you've been doing some work out on the patio, we'll have some clouds out there today. Temperatures staying cool in the upper 50s and lower 60s, getting to a high at 64 degrees today with mostly cloudy skies. So sprinkles and clouds in the forecast for the next few days. A warm up will come though as we head through the week. We had many reports of residual flooding though over the weekend from the very active week that we had last week. So I'll detail that coming up in a couple of minutes.
We begin right now with breaking news from overnight. A pedestrian crossing Norton Road near Kansas Expressway was hit and killed late last night. Springfield police say the victim was crossing the street when a southbound vehicle struck them. At this time, authorities do not believe that impairment was a factor, but the investigation is ongoing. Victim identification will be made once the next of kin has been notified.
We are continuing to celebrate seniors as we graduate together here in the Ozarks, and this morning we highlight a father-son duo, Nixa Superintendent Gerald Loden and his graduating son Trey. We told you about Dr. Loden a few weeks ago where he mentioned the possibility of not being able to give his son his diploma, and that was something he had been looking forward to for a while. But now Nixa says it'll be doing a graduation ceremony for its seniors in late July. Trey says as he's gone through school, he and his dad have been able to grow together.
As I've grown through my education, my dad's also grown through positions because he started out as a teacher when I was a baby. Then he went to a principal and now he's a superintendent. As I progressed through school, he's become a larger and larger role. And I've just been able to be more impacted by how he runs things.
Other local schools are working to reschedule commencements. Here are some of those new dates for you. Willard plans to have a graduation ceremony on June 26th. And then if there are still barriers in place, then it will be August 1st. Republic and Branson have moved to August 1st. Springfield Public Schools commencement will be August 6th and 7th. Ozark will be August 8th. And for our universities, Drury graduate students will walk on August 14th. Day students will be on the 15th. Evangel's graduation will be August 15th. MSU will have 2 ceremonies, one on October 18th, the other on December 11th, and the fountain will remain on until May 20th for you to take those pictures. So you have just a couple more days here. College of the Ozarks will hold their commencement on November 8th, and SBU held online ceremonies yesterday, but students can walk in person in December.
And going around the region, speaking of colleges, campuses are closed all over. Many visits for the University of Arkansas have had to go virtual. Ashlyn McCarthy and Angelica Williams are graduating seniors of Bentonville High School, and they'll be going to U of A in the fall. They're adapting to the virtual way of getting ready for college and signing up for the classes. U of A has campus tours that are interactive to virtually walk you through the university, too. Students will also get 30-minute orientations with a counselor so they can speak one-on-one.
Being in person is a lot easier when doing those things, and it's kind of difficult to have a meeting where you're setting all of that up when you just want to be on campus walking the classes that you're going to be taking.
It kind of is what was going to make college seem real, because you see all the pictures, but you can't really get the experience until you're actually there.
Both girls say they're looking forward to getting back to normal and hope to be able to actually step foot on campus in time for their first year of college.
Around the Ozarks, a Lebanon man was recently honored with his own day as a way to say thanks for his contributions to the local aviation community. Color 10's Nixa McDonald is in studio with us to share this story. Nixa, good morning.
Well, good morning, Lauren. Fred Mays received his pilot's license at the age of 17. 7 decades later, Mays is known as a trailblazer and simply a good-hearted man.
Although he'd never admitted himself, Fred Mays has had a significant impact on the Lebanon aviation community. Just ask his former mentee, Jeffrey Myers.
I think everybody ought to have a Fred Mays in their life, a person that they can look up to, respect.
I started out in the Army Guard, and after I got out of high school, and I went to a maintenance, A&P maintenance school for the Army, and I went back to flight school. It went through the helicopter and fixed wing flight training. I flew those for years and instructed in Kansas City and moved down here to Lebanon in '68.
With Mays turning 85 this year, Myers thought what a better way to honor him than with his own day.
Aviation's such a big part of his life. I thought, you know, having some folks gather together in a safe way.
Myers says with Mays' blessing, he ran with it.
I think you only thought that there was going to be a couple of people. Okay.
But as you see in these photos, it was just the opposite.
I called the mayor and said, you know, a man who's lived here since the 60s has been such a pivotal part of the aviation community here in Lebanon. We ought to honor.
And so Fred Mays' Day came to be.
They surprised me on all of that. It was a fun deal, and several of them were my students.
Mays says he's taught more than 100 students during his time as a pilot and says,
I think that more young women ought to get involved in it. Good training, good discipline, and it's fun.
As for the legacy Mays hopes to leave behind,
I guess that I was fair, honest, and liked people. That's the main thing.
Well, Lebanon Mayor Jared Carr proclaimed May 13th as Fred Mays Day, calling Mr. Mays an icon to their community.
Sweet story, Nixa. Thank you. We are starting out with some dry roads in Springfield this morning and some clouds. It's also a little bit cooler out there than it was this time yesterday by about 10 to 15 degrees. It's 52 degrees in Springfield right now. Details on a cool and cloudy day ahead coming up next.
Congratulations, gang. I want to leave you with these words from Henry Stanley Haskins. What lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us. And when we bring what lies within us out into the world, miracles happen.
Hi, this is Dr. Ross from Osceola, and we wanted to say congratulations to all of our graduates on a job well done.
Hey, Tiger Seniors. Whether it's in June or whether it's in May, we know you're going to graduate with the Tiger Way. Have a great graduation.